Good morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to brand new video. Arsenal player ratings, Arsenal 0 to Aston Villa at the Emirates Stadium. A match that certainly has given Aston Villa a big advantage in their chase for top 4 football, but also has dented a big hole into Arsenal's title hopes this campaign. I want to listen to you right in the comment box below. Is it over? Is this Arsenal team bottling the title for the second time? And of course, if we are bottling it for the second time, what excuses do we have this time? Last season we had William Saliba's injury, and we also had inexperience, and we also had Manchester City being treble unstoppable champions. This season, what are we supposed to blame and what are we supposed to use as excuses? Because I personally need some. I think I don't have any excuses for this team. I don't have any excuses for this manager. You guys better give me some reasons as to why Arsenal are bottling it before we even get to the games that matter in this campaign. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. I'm feeling a little bit better. I think I've woke up to a reality that Arsenal are not going to be champions, and I feel much better. Let's get into the player ratings. I'll start off with David Raya in goal, who I thought was absolutely okay with whatever was actually going on in that game. I think his distribution didn't have really a lot to do with why we lost the game, and I think Mikel Arteta set us up for failure, and he set us up for a battering in our own game, in our own ground. And that's one thing I don't understand with Mikel. At times, when you are at home, when you play against Bayern, against Aston Villa, 2 back-to-back home games, that is where your advantage is, right? That is where your advantage is. And I won't be surprised for Mikel Arteta to think that, delusionally, that he will get points against Bayern away and Wolverhampton Wanderers away. The games that you have to win, the games that put everything in your own control, are the games at the Emirates Stadium. When you beat Bayern at the Emirates Stadium, you win that game and you are in control of the Champions League tie. When you beat Aston Villa, you are in control of the Premier League ties now. And we've just blown them away. So Raya 7 out of 10. I thought I don't think he was superb, but I also don't think that he had a problem. I'm looking at the first goal, I'm looking at the second goal, and I'm like, all right, these are goals that you don't blame the goalkeeper for. The first goal, Alexander ZINCHENKO, is at right back. Bro, we have Tomiyasu at right back. What are you doing at right back? Why are you defending from right back, right? We are not even in position that you're inverting. Why are you defending at right back? Then the second goal, Emile Smith-Rowe cooked. Really cooked. That is why you don't take off Odegaard to bring on Emile Smith-Rowe. You take off Trossard, you take off Saka, you take off all these other guys. You don't take off Odegaard for Emile Smith-Rowe. It's a dip in quality. Alexander ZINCHENKO, 1 out of 10. Yeah, Alexander ZINCHENKO yesterday, atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. That was spineless. That was a spineless performance from Alexander ZINCHENKO. When we say that Alexander ZINCHENKO is one of the players that lead, one of the players that drive the spirit in this team, one of the players that make us believe, this guy has got to go. You've got to sell Alexander ZINCHENKO. He is now surplus to requirements. Alexander ZINCHENKO is surplus to requirements. Alexander ZINCHENKO fumbles it every single time Arsenal are in a title race. He is one of the first players to capitulate. He's one of the first players to fall away, to fall apart. Against Liverpool last season, when we led 2-0 and Liverpool got a chance to get back into this game, guess who? Alexander ZINCHENKO capitulated. So that is it. You've got to get rid of this guy. Just get rid of him. He is not mentally, he's not the guy we thought he was. He's not him. You've got to get rid of him. That performance was disgusting, especially in the second half for me. Ben White, 1 out of 10. Ben White was cooked yesterday, guys. That was the Ben White that we signed from Brighton. And I think what we have been seeing has been a polished Ben White. We've been seeing a Ben White that has been worked on by Mikel Arteta and this coaching staff against Bayern. Pretty much, very good. In those 10 games that we've won, really good. But yesterday, Ben White brought out his shithole performances. He brought out his weak performances. And Nicola Zaniolo, credit to the guy, I don't think even Nicolo Zaniolo played very well in that game. We've got to be honest, guys. We've got to be real. Nicolo Zaniolo didn't play very well in that game. It was all about Arsenal's self-destruction. It was all about us not showing up. And we've talked about it all the time, many times. When Arsenal, reach the big stage, Arsenal don't show up. We just vanish. We just vanish. The spirit of togetherness, the spirit of cohesion, the spirit of patience, they vanish. So, look, our winning strategy, I think, is based on on moments, and a winner is not. Winners don't base on moments. Winners base on true momentum. Ben White, when it mattered, right? And I think the same script that Bayern used in midweek is the same script that Aston Villa used over the weekend. Run at their wingbacks. Run at their fullbacks. They will crumble and they will capitulate. And Mikel Arteta, to take off Ben White and leave Alexander Zinchenko on the pitch and bring Tomiyasu on at right back, you are a disgrace, man. You are a disgrace in that game. That is wrong. That was wrong. But Ben White, I don't even have his time. Because Gabriel, what is going on with Gabriel? Gabriel, 2 out of 10 or 1 out of 10, depending on what you want to give him. What is going on with Gabriel? He is making the simplest decisions look hard, and everyone is saying, "Oh, Gabriel made a mistake. It's just a mistake." It is against Bayern Munich, right? We defended him, and you guys defended him. But against Bayern Munich, Gabriel as a top centre back in an area where you're closer to the throw-in line, in an area where there are no other Bayern players, put that ball into a throw-in, allow your team to regroup as Bayern, as Bayern push players forward. Easy. IQ. Easy. Zero footballing IQ there. Today, or yesterday, he's playing against Ollie Watkins, right? And you've got to be on top of your game against players like Ollie Watkins. He plays the ball, lack of concentration, in the back of Alexander Zinchenko, and Watkins is through on goal. What nonsense is that? It's a 1 out of 10 performance because he didn't deal with Watkins any single time. 1 out of 10. William Saliba, 1 out of 10 as well. Because for me with Willow, I'm done defending him, right? I'm done saying, "Oh, it's Gabriel. Oh, it's Ben White. Willow is okay." No. If the defense is being torn apart, William Saliba has got a part to play in the defense being torn apart. So if the team was not good defensively, there's no way you tell me, "Oh, Saliba was excellent defensively, but the rest of the team was poor defensively." Really? 1 out of 10. Because for me, how is Emile Smith-Rowe the last defender with Watkins? Where are these guys? And, watch and look how long it takes them to get back. 1 out of 10. I'm not defending William Saliba today. I'm not defending anyone in that defense today. Right? I'm not defending anyone in this team today. Declan Rice. 4 out of 10. With Declan Rice, why I'll give him a 4 out of 10 is he was playing against the weakest midfield in the Premier League. He was playing against the midfield that literally don't play together. He was playing against Aston Villa's second best midfield, right? But also, he was isolated. And this is to blame on Mikel Arteta. Why are you leaving Declan Rice exposed? Why are you leaving him isolated? Why are you playing him in a single pivot when you know you have the master at the single pivot, and that is Thomas Partey? Why? Why are you leaving him exposed? And for me, he was just overrun. Declan Rice just overrun in that midfield. Non-existent. Like Tielemans, Rogers, and Joe McGinn, they ran their thing like there was no man like Declan Rice on the pitch. Like he was non-existent. In their minds, Declan Rice was on the pitch. On the team score sheet, on the team sheet, he was there. In the real game, Declan Rice was not there. 4 out of 10. Let's move on to Kai Havertz, who I give a 7 out of 10. Played out of position, one of our best players in the midfield, one of our best players in the evening. He made runs time in, time out. And I'm not hearing Ben White, Kai Havertz is not quick enough. Kai Havertz should have scored wide. Kai Havertz was isolated again in attack because ZINCHENKO kept on playing balls over the top, same as Odegaard and same as Declan Rice. But what happened is when Kai Havertz ran onto those balls, no one was following up, right? Everyone was like, okay, go on, score on your own, go on your own and score. Why is there no support, right? Why is there no support? And you look at the quality chances we missed in that game, not Kai Havertz. Saka missed a glorious chance. Jesus missed a glorious chance. Trossard missed a glorious chance. All that was the work of Kai Havertz. He presses and he pressed well. He ran very quickly and he ran tirelessly in that game. Picks up another yellow card that I thought, in my opinion, again, was unnecessary. But shout out to you, bro. You've proven to us that you are a real G. 7 out of 10. Odegaard, 8 or 8.5 out of 10. Was our best player. He was our best player, guys. He took him off. And you know, he said that Odegaard felt something, right? Okay, maybe he felt something. But this is a geezer. This is a guy that doesn't take Saka off. Even if Saka breaks his leg, Saka doesn't come off. Why? Because Saka is the guy that could score for you the winner. Okay, what about Odegaard? He's the guy that could create for you the winner. And somehow Odegaard can come off, but young Bukayo Saka cannot come off. Interesting. Gabriel Jesus, 3 out of 10. You can't miss chances like that. Jesus. ZINCHENKO and Jesus, I'm going to do a very brutal piece on them today. A very brutal piece on them today. They've got to go. Jesus and Alexander ZINCHENKO, they've got to go. They are surplus to requirements. And I tell you, Gabriel Jesus in midweek, fantastic. But what he did in midweek, if we have a reliable number 9, we don't need his services. If Arsenal have a reliable number 9 against Bayern last week, we don't need the services of Jesus. Why? Because a reliable number 9 would have scored the Ben White chance, right? A reliable number 9 would have scored 2-3 against that Bayern side, and a reliable number 9 doesn't let that game get to 2-2. Right? So we don't need the services of these two guys. ZINCHENKO, Jesus, surplus to requirements. You've got to bin them. Atrocious performance from Mikel Arteta, but also atrocious performance from Jesus. Atrocious, unforgivable. It's unfathomable how a number 9 has specialized in missing chances. Well, you know, when you show your CV, I'm a number 9. I played for City. I played for Arsenal. I've also played for Palmeiras or something. Speciality. I do miss chances. That is his specialty. That's what he does. He misses chances. Like, he has never been clinical ever in his life. Ever in his life. You know, he doesn't fill me with any kind of confidence, Jesus. He doesn't really fill me with any kind of confidence. Trossard, 2 out of 10. Leandro Trossard, that chance, you've got to score that. You've got to bury that. Again, talks about why Arsenal need a number 9. I've been listening to some crap over the past few weeks. Well, Arsenal look at Kai Havertz and they think, wow, we have got a very good number 9 here. So we will now focus on a winger. We will not try to go and spend a lot of money on a number 9. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Your priority and your only job in this summer is to go and get a striker. That is your top priority. That is your job. Don't even start being smart. Don't even think that you're smart, because you're not. Leandro Trossard, I love him. And that goal against Bayern, class, quality. And I think Trossard is quality. And I think it's class. But mate, you've got to bury that. But also, Trossard in that game, he was trash. Trash. Is it because Villa were good defensively? Yeah. Is it because Arsenal were very poor offensively? Yes. True. Saka, 4 out of 10. 3 out of 10. right? 3 out of 10. Because Bukayo Saka, for me, in the first half, everything goes through him. Everything goes through the right-hand side, and we should have scored. Gabriel Jesus should have scored. Trossard should have scored. Kai should have scored. Saka should have scored, right? So I'll give him a 3 or 4 out of 10, maybe 4 out of 10, because in the first half, if Arsenal win that game quite early, then we are safe, but we didn't. Smith Rowe, 3 out of 10. He was run like a gay man. Jorginho, 5 out of 10. Didn't really understand what he did when he came on. Tomiyasu, 5 out of 10. Mikel Arteta, 0. Referee, 10 out of 10. For Mikel Arteta, I've done a separate video on Mikel Arteta, by the way. I've done a video on Mikel Arteta. You can watch it. You can watch it, right? You can watch it.